Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Finding Jay. I'm Jay, and in today's video we're going to be checking out and reviewing the traction boards by Bunker Indust. Alright guys, so we're going to start this video with opening the box and seeing what comes in the box. This box was sent to me by a company called Vic Off-Road, and the traction boards themselves are called Bunker Indust, not industry, just Indust. These traction boards are recovery traction boards with metal grips, and they're definitely a lot heavier than the traction boards I'm going to be comparing them to. These traction boards are Amazon traction boards, got them from Amazon, budget traction boards, and they cost me roughly $80 on Amazon. They had good reviews, and of course good reviews means it's worth that money. But is it worth the $200 price point of these traction boards here? Let's find out. Alright guys, so immediately you can see the difference in quality. Those traction boards came with a very cheap flimsy bag. I threw it away, and those traction boards came with the clamps to hang them up, the brackets and bolts, and that's it, and the bag. The bag was super cheap and flimsy. Threw it out. This traction boards come with what seems to be a heavy-duty vinyl bag that you can carry the traction boards in and store them. The traction boards are very good looking boards. If looks matter to you, they have the stainless steel ends here that are removable, replaceable, as well as the teeth are also removable and replaceable. They have these nice grips here, and easy to carry and shovel sand as well as snow if you had to. But these traction boards do the same thing. These traction boards are definitely a lot lighter than these traction boards, but just by looking at these you can tell that these are definitely different level. So it comes with these straps that you put around the traction board, so if they get buried in the snow or sand, you're able to use these straps to pull them out. You will leave these straps connected, and you'll be able to find your traction boards that much easier if they're buried. It has this nice tool, and not one but two sets of replaceable teeth, so that's good. So if your teeth wear out on the board, you can always replace them. And I'm sure if you go on the Vic Off-Road website, you can also order more. Let's do some comparison here. These traction boards weigh 11.2 pounds. That's what it weighs. These traction boards weigh 22.27 pounds. So there's definitely a big difference in weight, as well as looks and size. These are 47.24 inches long. These are 42.5 inches long. These are 14 inches wide. These are 12.6 inches wide. These, if you turn them around, and this is where you see the difference the most. The cheap ones are thicker, and the more expensive ones by Bunker Indust is definitely thinner, but that's not a bad thing because you want to be able to have more flexibility. So the thickness on this one is 3.54 inches, and the thickness on this one is 5.12 inches thick. So as far as design and looks, these have these channels here are pretty deep because of the thickness to allow sand, dirt, and snow to go through. And these don't necessarily have the channels, not like these, but they do have these indented grooves here to allow sand, dirt, and snow to fall into, so that you are able to grip onto the teeth. Of course, you can see the difference in looks. These just look so much nicer with the stainless steel ends here, and these definitely look like they're budget traction boards. Let's go ahead and put the teeth on. Any more information on these would be, these are made from reinforced nylon poly mix, and these are 100% polypropylene material. The teeth on these are PA polyamide 66, and I'm assuming that just means these are extra strength plastic design, whereas this is a nylon plastic design. Hey guys, before we continue, let me just say I'd like to thank my supporters on my channel by giving away free gear. In this channel, I don't sell them. I like to give them to the people that support me. Very simple. Be subscribed, share the videos, give me that thumbs up, and leave those comments. And let me know where you see the time-stamped logos, and leave those timestamps on the comments, and I'll send you something for free. Now back to the video. Guys, this is a good looking traction board. Now some of you guys might say, hey, it doesn't really matter, it's gonna go in the dirt. It might go in the dirt, the sand, the snow, in your garage, on your truck. It doesn't really matter, but to me everything matters, because I like everything to look nice, neat, and presentable when I'm out there having fun. So these are definitely good looking, high quality. You could tell the difference between something like this and something like this. So here in a second we'll go ahead and put it through a little stress test and see how they do. All right guys, so what we have here is some 4-inch cinder blocks, and we're gonna do our first test. We have the Expo traction boards. These traction boards are brand new. I've never used them before, so there are absolutely no stress marks on them. And we're gonna see if just having a 4-inch rise is gonna leave any type of stress marks on these boards. So no marks on the traction boards. That's good. Let's go ahead and see if we make it a little bit higher. Okay, so they did come off the cement blocks, but I don't see any stress marks on these. So I got one little stress mark right here. You kind of see like the plastic kind of stretching a little bit. You got a couple of like almost like a vein look. Let's go ahead and test out the traction boards from Big Boss Road. So here's another thing I wanted to bring up, because I just noticed it as I was taking my truck down. The support from the backside, it's almost, you can see it almost coming through the plastic. All right, that did pretty good. Let's go ahead and raise it up to 8 inches. All right, guys, so far so good. I don't see any stress marks on it just yet, other than some dirt. I do see a little scuffing here in the bottom from the cement. Cinder blocks there, but other than that, it looks good. The other one had it worse. Let's go ahead and try the 12-inch rise. All right, so we made it to the top. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them off and see if we have any stress fractures. So all right, guys, so I don't see any stress marks here on the top anywhere, other than some dirt. I don't see no grinding on the teeth. I don't see no grinding on the plastic. The stainless steel is obviously good, and the back, if you look, the back has some grinding here because of the cement blocks. So not as bad as the budget traction boards, but still, it's plastic, right? So one thing I did notice was when I was using and testing these traction boards, what I noticed was that because of how thick the sidewalls are, the grip on this, now even though they had more traction going up the first time around, because of how thick they are, they didn't have any grip on my wet grass. Grass is wet, I didn't mention that, but look at the boots are wet, so you can see the wetness on the blocks, my tires, and of course on the traction boards. But because these sidewalls are a lot thicker, they didn't have no grip on the grass. So yeah, these what saved these is the fact that they're thicker, so they had less flexibility. But because they were less flexible, you could see the plastic already starting to stress and break through. These, on the other hand, being a lot thinner, what I noticed on these, and I felt it in my vehicle, was that because these teeth grab onto the soil, grabs onto the dirt, so I guess they dig in. Being that this is more flexible, this digs into the dirt, which gave me more grip. Now it is more flexible, so obviously going on an uphill, it did. I had to give it a little bit more gas, but because these traction boards were able to grip onto the soil, I was able to get out there nice and easy. That's it, guys. Traction boards by Bunker Indust. Thank you to Vic Off-Road for sending me these traction boards to test and try. I'm gonna leave the links below like I always do. If you haven't already, share, like, subscribe, leave that comment. Don't forget that logo pop-up. Where did it come out? Leave the timestamp, and I'm gonna see you next time. Thanks for watching.